welcome everybody to our talk, The Hard Thing About the Stealth Mode, how to recruit a tech team with no product. I'm Andrea, Director of Talent Acquisition at Project A, and together with Luisa, I will go do my talk. Luisa is co-founder and head of business operations of Evernest, and we will spend the next 20 minutes to give you insights about how we build up the initial tech team at Evernest, what we called in this session stealth mode, and to explain a bit our recruiting journey, we will give insights about Evernest tech platform, Project A, collaboration in this, and the challenges we faced, and also our learnings. So,
nice. Thanks, Andrea. Hello, I'm Luisa, the co-founder of Evernest. Before I got into the PropTech startup scene, I worked for Engel & Völkers and was responsible for the digital strategy. This time, I gained a lot of experience in developing digital products for more than 12,000 agents worldwide and scaling up big sales teams in metropolitan areas. In my new role at Evernest, I'm responsible for talents, finance, and sales operations. So in the following, I will give you some insights about the most interesting topic, actually, the company Evernest and its business model. So talking about Evernest, I bet everybody is familiar with real estate brokerage services and got in contact with some agents in the past. So if you were lucky, you experienced a professional personal service, but a professional digital service like in other industries, I don't know. So we want to change this. We want to combine high professional agents with a high performing tech platform to offer the best brokerage services. Evernest is building the dominant player in European urban real estate. So we are developing Europe's most advanced agent-first platform to attract top-performing agents in the upper market segment. Built on scalable data infrastructure, Evernest is empowering the agents with a superior tech platform of agent support products. So we have started our operational business this year in May. And for now, we are 20 people developing our platform with regards to tech, product, marketing, brand, etc. And we are still, for now, we are agent community about 35 agents working for Evernest. So yes, so for the next years, we plan to roll out this concept also to the 7 biggest cities in Germany. And after that, we also want to scale outside Germany to build up the biggest player in European metropolitan areas. But now talking about talents, right? So Evernest is facing 2 challenges. On the one hand, we planned an aggressive agent growth, as I just mentioned. And on the other hand, we need the best tech talents to build our tech platform for agents from scratch. Due to the fact that we wanted to start with our operational business immediately, we need to develop the platform for the agents in parallel very fast. So we need to offer a light version of the tech platform to convince the best agent profiles to join Evernest. Therefore, actually, the pressure on successful tech recruiting was very high right from the beginning. We were and are still looking for tech talents who are motivated, working in Hamburg in a small but fast-growing team. So due to the fact being in the early stage startup phase, the Evernest business requires all-round senior tech talents who are willing to work from scratch. So, and this was kind of the starting point when we worked together with Andrea and her team.
Yes, exactly. When Luisa and I got together in January 2020, the goal was clear. We had to hire a technical, excellent team with the necessary drive and hands-on mentality to bring the tech Evernest vision to life, and that within the next 3 to 6 months. So that's why we started immediately. As base for all action points, we usually use our talent acquisition funnel. As we can see here, the talent acquisition funnel shows the talent and candidate journey from attraction to the final signature. So let's go through the funnel. What did we do? Employer branding. It was a greenfield project. So we faced the situation that there was no employer brand yet. So we neither had the time nor the budget to build it up within the next 3 months. But what we did, we published it on all possible channels, the investment announcement of Evernest and also the story of Evernest. The second step is sourcing, building a pipeline. Especially in tech recruiting, we usually have a high demand for talent, and so candidates are spoiled for choices. The goal was here to create multiple streams to generate more candidates and to get actually good candidates. The recruiting team with my lovely colleague Mirella in lead in our tech sourcers, we started active sourcing immediately. We published the jobs on all web pages, career platforms and LinkedIn networks, and also we used our employer referral program to activate our personal network, also the network from our tech team. And we communicated the jobs in our regular talent acquisition newsletter with a dedicated tech content, what we send out to all our talents we have in our pool. The last step was the selecting hiring step. Well, we set up a process to be fast and to ensure quality, beginning with an HR interview and a first tech check from Project A, continuing with a short case and closing with the founders meeting. So how did that go? After the first months, we had a deep dive into our numbers and into our metrics, and this was even more necessary because we realized that during this first week, our pipeline was not as planned, not at all as planned. In fact, we had a low number and we had a low quality of candidates, so both were below our average. So in the following, we are showing you here numbers and metrics from our front-end developer position. So these KPIs took our attention at that time. And as you can see here, first KPI is the effectiveness of active sourcing. So direct search is one of our most valued channels, and especially when it comes to tech recruiting. And as we see here, just 7% out of 227 contacted people, and this compared to our benchmark 15%, were interested in hearing more about the position. Also, when we're looking at our interview conversion, we see that just 2.5% were moved to the tech interview coming from the applications phase. And third, the profile clarity. Based on the candidate survey, we measure the applicant's satisfaction. And this is a qualitative metrics, so it generally gives us a trend. It shouldn't be considered isolated. But what we see here is that during the application process, the minority of the candidates understood the profile, the job profile. So, well, we definitely saw, or to sum it up, there in the first weeks we realized that we had to detect the problems and we have to find solutions because we were facing a strict hiring timeline from 3, maximum 6 months, where we have to find the candidates. So the first problem we indicated was quite sure for us, but we definitely highlighted even more because we needed to work on that. There was no existing brand yet. Means there was no source where candidates could inform themselves about the company, nor the product, nor the founders. The only source of information was actually us. So we had to attract and inform the candidates about the position in every step of the recruiting funnel, especially in the upper funnel. So how did we do that? We created different media to give more insights about the company in different ways and in different depths. Means we created a brand book from Evernest and a video of Evernest where candidates got to know the founders, the company vision, and also basically the office they are in now. We also set up a brochure of Hamburg for people outside of Hamburg. We recorded a podcast as Stefan, our CTO from Project A, is explaining the tech product. And our tech team wrote an article about the product vision of Evernest. And all this content was included mostly in the upper funnel, in job description, direct search messages, or before we scheduled the first HR call in these messages.
Yes, so the second problem we faced was the missing tech lead actually. So, and I can say recruiting without having a tech lead sucks. So of course we had the rest of the team living and believing in the company vision, but to get the best profiles, you also need the tech lead who proves and stands for execution. So what was our solution? We tried to replace the tech lead as best as possible. So on the one hand, we involved Christian and me right from the beginning in the recruiting process to ensure that the overall vision of the company is introduced to the candidate and also to give him some insights into the overall leadership style we want to live at Evernest. And second, we also involved the tech leaders from Project A in the recruiting process to guarantee a profound technical discussion. So we wanted to give the candidate a chance to understand the technical decision, to get a better feeling of the overall tech stack and architecture. Yes. And then we also faced a third problem, actually. And this was the intransparency of the future candidate's role in the company. I would say every senior candidate wants to know his or her impact on the company. So with a running business or a tech roadmap, it is easier to understand the impact of the new role, and the new candidate could imagine his or her task and challenges he needs to face. But starting with a tech greenfield, it seemed to be more difficult to envision and comprehend the tasks and the resulting impact to the company. So what did we do? For increasing the transparency of future tasks and therefore evaluating the own impact to the company, we introduced specific tech challenges with Evernest use cases. So we drafted specific Evernest use cases in the later stage of the recruiting process to give some detailed insights about future work tasks. And I know integrating tech challenges is sometimes discussed controversially. So, for example, some other companies prefer doing pair coding or whatever. But we choose this kind of challenge because we need to offer some insights about potential technologies and their impact. And so the introduced challenge itself was not only a checkup of the quality of the candidate, moreover, it offered the opportunity to get some insights about the future work task at Evernest for the candidate.
Okay, so how did it go? Well, we were able to build the initial tech team, to spoil it somehow. So we made it. We hired the first senior front-end developer, and as a side note, we also hired other engineers within the 6 months. And taking a look to the KPIs, for the front-end developer. As we can see here, we could increase our response rate up to 20%. We also raised our interview conversion to 7.5%, and the candidates could gain more clarity about the profile during the recruiting process. So we recognize that not only because of the survey feedback, also during the interviews, we were proactively approached by the candidates about the provided content. For example, one candidate mentioned one time to me in an interview that he's looking forward to talking to Stefan, to our CTO, to challenge the tech stack they are planning to use. And this actually highlights a little bit with whom we are talking there and whom we are actually searching for. Yes. So to sum it up, our learnings. After 6 months, Luisa, me, and Mirella, we sat together, and first of all, to evaluate the process, and second, also to find out learnings for future. And our first learning is definitely that the investor brand, or the brand generally, does not help in any case. So as an investor, we show our trust by our investment decision. So that often is perceived positively by the candidates. But it does not mean that candidates feel addressed and attracted towards every portfolio company. And a greenfield project is not a blueprint for us. We have to work much more closer with the portfolio company and also translate this joint collaboration with the candidates. Generally speaking, if you are still unknown do not rely on names or brands. Also, such as known job portals. Attract and challenge the tech talents with your own content. They want to know why they should come to you, and you have to prove it to them.
Okay, our second learning. Remember golden rule, hire lead first. Actually, this is not a pioneering learning, but in some situations we tend to ignore this rule. So that's why I said, even if it hurts, I will stick to this rule in the future. Why? From a short-term perspective, the recruiting process would have been faster from my point of view. For new candidates, it seemed to be very important to get to know his team. And in case he is the first team member, it is even more important to get to know his own lead. In addition, founders and external tech leaders can only replace the tech lead from a business perspective. But the operational day-to-day business, including way of collaboration with your own team members, is a critical factor if you decide for a new job. So from a long-term perspective, in addition, the management of the overall tech team would have been easier too. You do not lose time with getting to know each other's way of working and alignments, and the risk that the team is working efficiently together is limited, because I would say you have a higher commitment from the new candidates due to choosing their own tech lead proactively in the recruiting process. Then we also have a third learning. Greenfield does not sound attractive for everybody. In case you cannot offer a long list of running projects, epic and tickets, you try to win candidates vice versa with the greenfield approach. And of course, we used the greenfield approach and did a lot of marketing with working greenfield. And in this case, I experienced two disadvantages. So this argument is not attractive for everybody. So most of the candidates want to have a plan to evaluate their own impact and the following tasks and challenges. And second, this argument is not attractive for the company forever, because it's only valid for a few weeks. The field never stays green forever, right? So then you get a problem. So the candidate could be disappointed or demotivated, or the management could be disappointed after a while, because the team likes greenfield and new products more than being productive in terms of starting to a new phase without facing a greenfield. And so in case I need to recruit from greenfield status again, I will definitely reconsider using this term. So this was the third learning. But all in all, we have overcome the recruiting challenges in the beginning for now. So we have a small, well-performing tech team, including a VP engineer, a VP product, with front-end engineers and back-end engineers, and a product designer. And we also attracted some of the talents with our own brand for now, with our own team resources. So I would say this is a really nice recruiting setup, because new candidates receive great insights about the open task and the overall team setup, including workflows, coding culture, etc. And in addition, the current team constellation is quite a nice setup, developing first priority products and features as fast as possible. So in the next year, we plan to expand our tech and product team to ensure fast development of our tech platform for agents. And the fast development of our tech platform is very crucial for our business performance and is a strong argument for our agent recruiting. So, but recruiting of sales profiles is another story in this case. Anyways, thanks a lot for having the chance to elaborate on this topic. In case we have some time left, I see 7 seconds. Please feel free to ask some questions.